What's up, y'all? It's your boy D-Wall316 coming at you talking about this Cowboys vs. Packers divisional round. Before I get into it, there are two very special people that I'm not going to be able to enjoy this game with, and it's very, very bittersweet. The first one is my grandmother, because she was a diehard Cowboys fan since God knows how long, and we used to talk about the Cowboys so much, and the last time that the Cowboys made it to the playoffs was in '03, and it's going to be very bittersweet for me not to watch this game with her, and I'm not going to be able to see it. So this one is for you, Grandma. May you rest in peace. The second one goes out to my dear friend Allison Jarman, who died when the draft last year, and she affected me really good. I loved her like a sister. She was one of my dearest friends. She was a diehard Cowboys fan. We always used to talk on Facebook about the Cowboys, the phone, anything else, and it's just now, even though we live in different states. I live in Delaware, she lives in Jersey. But now it's a little bit bittersweet because I'm going to miss her. I miss her, and I wish she was here to see the greatness the Cowboys are going through right now. And I already did put the NFC East Divisional hat on her grave already. And you can see I got my new Hold Down the East NFC East Championship Cowboys shirt available on NFLShop.com. But all in all, this one is for you too, Allie. Now, getting into the game. Since the last 2 weeks I haven't been on here because when the Giants lost to the Eagles and we got the division and home field and everything, said I was going to be back on here till January. Since then, I've watched how the Cowboys were doing. When they played Detroit, they literally wiped the floor with the Lions when I saw that game. And then they did lose to Philadelphia because it was our practice squad and with Mark Sanchez. And Philly got their little win, so whatever. I don't really give a shit. But that one, I'm not talking about the Philadelphia. We're going to talk about this game right here. Now, into this game. Last time we played the Packers, we did win 30-16 in their home in Lambeau. And that's when Aaron Rodgers was struggling. And I believe at that time they did not have Clay Matthews at that time. I can't remember if Clay Matthews played in that game. But since then, how the Packers have run the table, it's going to be a little bit tougher this time around. Because let me say this, Aaron Rodgers and that offense ain't no joke. How they're playing right now, how they torched the Giants in that game. But they have two little problems now. There is no Jordy Nelson because he suffered either a hip or rib injury, and I should know, I suffered a rib injury this year, and it hurts like hell. You cannot breathe or anything. So I should know from experience what he's going through. That's number one. Number two, Montgomery is a little bit questionable going into this game because he did twist his leg, so I don't know if he's going to play. But they did have Christina Michael as their running back, and how he ran against the Giants, but we have a good run defense. We could stop him. Going into this, the best way we are going to stop Aaron Rodgers, what we did in the last meeting, is box him in the pocket, make sure he can't get out and get those holes, apply pressure with our pass defense with David Irving, who I think is going to be an X factor in this game because the last time he played, he caused 4 sacks and a strip fumble. Sean Lee, his first playoff game, and I think he will cause some trouble and some mayhem. Who else? I'm going to say DeMarcus Lawrence, if he does play, Cedric Thornton, all those guys, because our defense is back at full strength. We're at 100% on defense. And with our secondary, too. More likely, I could see Mo Claiborne stepping up because he comes back from his groin injury, his hernia injury. Barry Church, Byron Jones, I think, will be an X factor. With all these guys, I see trying to stop this the passing game. Now we flip the script and we go to the other side, us, with Prescott, Elliott, and those guys. Now, who I think could be a major X factor for us on the offense, I'm going to say Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and also I think Des Bryant's going to have a huge monster game after what happened 2 years ago after the whole non-catch bullshit. I think that Des Bryant's going to have revenge against the Packers. I think he's going to have a career game, a monster game. I think that Cole Beasley's going to have a good game in the playoffs, too. And I know Terrence Williams did in 2014 have a good playoff run, but I'm a little bit iffy on him. Like I said, this whole season I've been a little bit iffy. He does good, and then he'll break my heart a little bit. So I'm a little bit iffy on Terrence Williams. But the one dark horse I see first in our plays could be Bryce Butler, the way that he stepped up and played. when we acquired him. I could see him being a little X factor in this game. Same thing with Sean Lee. I think he will be an X factor on both sides. The two dark horses you don't see for us in the playoffs here. All in all, I think I'm going to say this right now, how the hype and everything is with the Cowboys is, with the ticket sales and everything, I think that AT&T Stadium is going to be like Quest Field a little bit, that there will be a 12th man, that the crowd is going to get into it. We're going to be pumped. It's going to be exciting. AT&T Stadium is going to be jacked. And then we're going to be waiting on the winner of either Atlanta or Seattle. I think Seattle is going to win and beat Atlanta via overtime or via a game-winning field goal. And then they're going to be playing us in the NFC Championship. And I also have two bets going on at work, which is one of my friends who is a Packers fan is another $5 bet again like last time, and with my boss again. If we win, it's another lunch. All in all, I got to say is this. Let's go Cowboys. Let's kick the Packers' ass. And let's move on to next week for the NFC Championship. That is all. Go Cowboys!